So the first thing that I do is light some Nag Champa incense when I do a little puja before meditation. What we'll do with your crystals is we'll place them right here around this candle. Carnelian, I think this is either hematite or onyx.
I think it's
Hematite.
Yeah.
And I think this is black tourmaline, right?
It's the smooth one, but yeah, it's black tourmaline.
We'll kind of place it in this general area because this oil that I burn it blesses. It provides good vibration to the area, but it also kind of blesses things that it's around. So I'll kind of wave the energy over it at the end of the puja. But
that's cool. Thank you. The black tourmaline is for work. Like, I mean, I know you need to know that, but like that's literally from like soaking up negative energy from my coworkers so that I just ignore and go about my business.
It's definitely useful for that for sure.
Yeah.
So Nag Champa is an incense that I usually light, and the mantra that I've been saying for months is, and I'll say it now. Om Shri Mahakalikaye Namaha. And the mantra is the goddess. And as I light that oil lamp, this Nag Champa, I don't breathe in any of the smoke from the incense. I blow it out first so that it's completely offered to Ma. Om Shri Mahakalikaye Namaha. And then we move to some Ganga Jal, which is water from the river Ganga.
Really? Like it actually is?
Yes. I buy this at a little Hindu grocery store in Flower Mound.
Okay.
But
on the podcast something about rivers. I don't know if that's one of them.
It is definitely one of them. And then I offer that onto her. Om Shri Mahakalikaye Namaha. And sometimes when I'm offering any of these liquids, I kind of shake my head like a snake and my body like a snake a little bit.
I was wondering why you're doing that.
To get Kundalini at the bottom of the spine activated, so my energy is rising as I'm offering these things.
Is that like a I don't know. I don't know if that's like a chakra or if that's different.
Kind of coiled down there under your root chakra, the Kundalini energy that you kind of want to rise through all the chakras to reach enlightenment. But I just kind of get it activated a little bit while I offer these things. And this is orris water. So orris water is it makes the murti, which is the image of a god. It provides it with a little bit of extra kind of higher vibration and a little bit of a sweet smell. It's kind of preparing the image for God to exist within it. So this orris water I will offer. Om Shri Mahakalikaye Namaha.
You say that so like, I don't have the word I'm looking for, but you say it really well.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been doing it a while, so that's probably why. Appreciate it though. And then rose water is just kind of for it's generally an offering to the goddess in general, just to add a little bit of floral scent, kind of to garb her in. So it's a sweet little offering. And rose water is basically just what it says. It's roses pressed into water, or at the very least, it's an artificially produced fragrance, but that is not.
It's usually okay.
Om Shri Mahakalikaye Namaha. Jai Ma. Jai Ma. Jai Ma.
I wish I could burn incense in my house. I got throw it in.
Yes, but that's the end of the little puja. I usually say the mantra several more times, a little bit more, but yeah, that is adequate puja to do just before meditation. And yeah, let's go ahead and meditate.
That's what she.
The meditation my friend and I carried out after the puja simply requires to keep in mind two things. One is a mantra, and one is a small pranayama technique, breath technique, for calming the mind, making the mind at peace. And another thing to focus on to keep your thoughts from wandering. So what you do is every breath in and out, you say one word of your mantra, whatever that mantra is. You might want to use a simple mantra like so hum, which means I am so hum. So that's one thing to keep in mind. The second thing is to imagine, and this might be strange for a lot of people until you try it for a bit. It could take you a few minutes to really get the feel for it. So it doesn't matter which nostril you start with, but you're just breathing in your nose the whole time. So you breathe in your right nostril, hold, and keep in mind you're repeating the one word of your mantra for every breath as well. So you breathe in one nostril, hold, breathe out the other nostril, hold, breathe in that nostril you just breathed out, hold, breathe out the other nostril. Breathe in that nostril, hold, breathe out, hold. So every time a breath comes in or out, give it 2, 3, sometimes 4 or 5 seconds. It should feel natural though. You shouldn't feel like you're holding your breath and you're hurting your lungs or you're hurting any part of your apparatus, your breathing apparatus. And you shouldn't focus necessarily on the amount of seconds, as long as you hold in and out the breath and you're just going back and forth, kind of like a triangle, but you're holding at every point of the triangle, out, in, out, and you're holding and going back and forth. So keep in mind the mantra and this breathing technique, and the breathing technique will should give you a sense of peace, especially after doing it a few times, meditating a few times, trying this breathing technique, and then also using a mantra repetitively over days, months, weeks. I've been using my mantra that I cannot share for months now, and I've also been using the same mantra for Kali that you saw in the Puja for has to be at least 6 months now. So the key is keep on trying, keep on practicing, and you'll meet challenges, you'll meet obstacles, but then you'll overcome those obstacles and you'll feel better for it. And a lot of these things will be personal little things about how you breathe, getting used to how you breathe, how you want to position your hands, getting used to how your back feels in an erect posture on a meditation cushion, being able for your body to get used to meditating to where you don't have those pains and aches like you used to. There's all these little things. And you'll notice certain aspects of your mind, how your mind will wander in a certain way and then you'll bring it back in a certain way. And every time your mind wanders, just let the mind kind of do its thing. Don't either crave for what you're thinking or be averse to it. Don't push it out with some kind of anger or anything like that. Just let the thoughts go. Don't attach yourself to them, because the mind will think. It'll keep on pushing thoughts along that conveyor belt of thoughts. Just bring yourself back to your mantra and your breathing technique. If this breathing technique fills you with too much energy, you might want to hold off, or so at some point during the meditation, whenever you feel it's right, stop doing the breathing technique, continue doing the mantra inwardly, but then just breathe through both nostrils. Now keep in mind, you're not actually closing off one nostril through force of will when you're meditating. Imagine that you're breathing in one nostril at a time, and you'll slowly get a feel for it. That's the best way I can put it. But it'll help you breathe better, and it should give you peace, and should give you a little bit more energy as well, but in a useful energy kind of way. But at some point, if you get tired of that nostril technique or it doesn't feel right anymore during the meditation, just start breathing like normal through both nostrils, or stop imagining the back and forth, and you should be okay. This is I kind of combine these two techniques. I kind of just put them together. I wasn't advised to do this, so keep in mind, I'm not a meditation teacher. I am not an advanced practitioner. This is just what I found that has been useful for me and has been pretty remarkable in terms of bringing me peace during meditation and allowing the mind to have a couple things to focus on, so it's not running in multiple directions. It might not be ideal for focus. Maybe just mantra or just the breathing technique is ideal for focus, because you want to make your mind one-pointed a lot of the time. But if you find that your mind naturally gets into the rhythm and there's more clarity, this combination of two techniques might be useful for you. The third thing that I wouldn't even necessarily recommend to anybody who's just starting meditation. And once again, I'm not an advanced practitioner by any means. But I had Sri Ramakrishna candle lit here. You can have an image of any kind in front of you. You find your mind still wandering, or you feel like you want your mind to have another thing to do, like you need one more thing to have this whole mechanism working together. You can, while you're doing your mantra, while you're doing the breathing technique, focusing the breath back and forth, and once again, holding at each point, you can visualize a guru, a spiritual master, a person that you look up to spiritually. You can imagine them just with your mind's eye, not with your eyes open, just with your mind's eye. When you feel yourself unable to focus, or your focus is kind of going away from your meditation, visualize some kind of guru that you look up to while you're doing the other two techniques, and see if that helps make your meditation more acute, more effective. And that's the point of these three techniques, as well as to feel your soul behind everything, to feel that you that isn't the breathing, that isn't the visualization, that isn't the mind, that isn't even the mantra. But these are techniques to truly feel yourself. The goal of meditation is to control oneself, and thus gain greater control. There's multiple goals of meditation, but this is one of them: to control oneself, to gain control over oneself, the ability to control oneself, so that you can glide through life, so that you can feel your soul, and so that you can advance along your spiritual path. Meditation alone is not spiritual path, but it is a big part of it for these reasons. At any rate, I hope you liked the little puja and my little explanation to my friend, and I hope you liked these few techniques that I shared with you. Questions, comments, concerns, shoot them down in the comment section below on YouTube. I try to answer everybody as long as you're polite. Like this video, it helps out the channel a whole lot, and leaving a comment also helps. And feel free to share this wherever you like. At any rate, thank you very much for watching, and I hope all of you have a wonderful day.